Hello, everybody. It's November 30th, 2018. And um, so this video, I'm going to talk about, I want to talk about hope. Okay. So it was very interesting because I talked to a gentleman today. He was in his, he was, well, he was 73 years old, and his wife was probably similar in age. And he was talking to me about how his wife has she has diabetes, she has MS, she can't really get out of her, she has to sit in a chair all the time. And it's actually pretty sad. And so we talked for probably a good 45 minutes, and it got me thinking, and kind of about it got me thinking kind of about life in general, as far as um, being motivated to um, to want something more. Okay, so like in his instance, okay, because his wife had made several comments about how she wished that she because she had so many issues that she was just pretty much waiting to die. And she's in her 70s, and they're looking back at a lot of people in their same age group, and a lot of them that had already died and stuff. And at the end of the day, the thing that she was lacking in her life, in my opinion, and we talked about this a little bit, was hope. Because the thing is, if you lose hope in your life, then what is there really to, like, what are you looking forward to? What is there to accomplish? What is there, um, what is left? Okay. So that being said, it's kind of like, some people, they work their entire life, and it may not be working for the money. And so a lot of people are working for the money, but a lot of them are working because it gives them something to do. It gets them out of bed every day. So they're actually, because it makes them feel like they're needed and like they're creating something in life. Okay. So um, I find it kind of, I find it to be kind of sad when you've lost kind of your footing in life, I guess you could say, or maybe you never had it in the first place. So my thoughts are this, okay? Um, if you're afraid to do things, okay? Let's say you're afraid to step outside the box because you're afraid of failure, okay? Um, the question I pose to you is, are you really living? Are you really actually, are you doing anything that's exciting enough to make you want to get out of bed in the morning and do the things that you want to do? Okay. So, for instance, it's kind of like, if you if you get out of work, or you get out of bed every day, you go to work, you come home, and you're not happy every night when you go to bed, and you wake up the next day and you do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, what kind of life are you really living? And is that a life that you really want to live? Okay. And if you can answer no to that, then what I would challenge you to do is, I would challenge you to, for one, step back, take a couple steps back, and look at your life as if you're looking at it from a third party. So evaluate your situation in your life, and then if you were looking at your life, let's say you were somebody else looking in on your life, and what your skill sets are, what the things that drive you, or let's say that you knew this person really well, and you're looking at their life and saying, what could you do to, what would you, if you were in their shoes, what would you do to change their life? And look at your life that way. And if it's a dead end job, or a job that sucks because of fear of, of being out on the street, or the fear of the unknown, or whatever it is, Well, I think I would rather deal with the unknown than deal with a life of emptiness, because that's all it is. Because all you're doing is you are just existing day in and day out instead of actually living. Okay. And if you think that that's all there is in life, then obviously you haven't watched any of my videos, and you haven't experienced anything for yourself in order to justify why things in life are so awesome and fun. Okay? Because if you're looking at life if you're looking at life from that point of view, then I think you're missing the entire picture of what life should be. Or maybe you were taught that there's no more to life than that, or maybe you were taught that just existing is the only thing that there really is. And the truth of the matter is, from my own personal experiences and the things that I've lived through, there is a ton more to offer in life than just bland existence. Okay? For example, okay? So, let's say you don't have a lot of money, okay? But you want to take these trips, you want to do stuff, you want to go places. Well, the first question you got to ask is, okay, I don't have a lot of money. What are you doing to, what you want to do so important that you would be willing to give up more time to earn more money in order to do it? Okay, that's the question you have to ask yourself. Okay, so let's do an example. Okay, let's say you want to go to the Caribbean. Okay, you want to go on a Caribbean cruise or do something like that. Okay, let's say you feel like you're already putting in a lot of hours at work and you're already doing a lot, and there's no money left over in order to do that Caribbean cruise. Okay, well, the first thing you need to do is you need to say, how important is this cruise to me, and will it really be something that I would really enjoy and I'd really like to do? If you can answer yes to that, then what you need to do is go and figure out how to create more money, and it's probably going to require more of your time. It's probably going to require a lot more of your time in order to create that money, okay? And if you're thinking to yourself, I don't know of anything I can do, and you've given every excuse in the book on why you cannot create that extra time or that extra money, then you've already sabotaged yourself, and you might as well not even go down that road, because you're just going to give yourself the same excuse, and everything that you're going to do in life is going to be the same excuse over and over again. So in turn, if you want to go on that cruise and you want to do something cool and something extraordinary that you've never done, and you want to do it in your lifetime, then you need to figure out how are you going to create that income, and how much time am I willing to give up on this plan, and create a plan on how to accomplish it, if that's something that's important to you. And it could not just be a Caribbean cruise, it could be just maybe a weekend getaway, or it could be a new car, or whatever it is in your life. There's a million avenues that we all make excuses for all the time, and if you continue to make excuses, then you're going to continue to live the same life over and over and over and over again until you decide to change the way that your thinking is. Okay? If you don't change your thinking, you're not going to change your life. And that's pretty much where it is. If you don't like being overweight, if you don't change the way that you eat, you're going to continue to be overweight. Okay? And let's say that you feel like you're eating right. If you don't change the way that you're educated on your eating, you're going to continue to be overweight. Okay? If you the thing is this, we can talk ourselves into every single thing in life and give ourselves every excuse in the book on why to do something and why not to do something. And in turn, the only person that we're usually sabotaging is ourselves. Okay? We're sabotaging our own future and our own happiness. Okay? So, hope, okay? If you want to create more hope in your life and you want to be able to jump out of bed and have a very fun, fulfilling, exciting life full of adventure, maybe you don't like adventure, maybe you're happy if everything is just peaceful and simple, okay? Well, if you like a peaceful, simple life and you continue throwing a bunch of wrenches in it, then you're probably not going to have a simple, peaceful life. If you want a freedom of debt and financial freedom, and you go out and you continue to buy a bunch of stuff that you don't need, then you're probably not creating that freedom in your life, or that financial free life that you want. So it's just with everything in life. We can make excuses for everything that we do, or we can finally pony up and say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of living the same existence every single day, and I'm ready to change my life, because guess what? I really wanted to run that marathon, and I really did want to, go on that Caribbean cruise, or I wanted to go to Hawaii, or I wanted to do the things that I want to do. But in turn, I never had the money, or I never had the time, or nobody ever helps me out, or whatever. You continue to make excuses for yourself, or grow up and move forward with your life and learn how to create something. And I may be making excuses for people watching this, because you may not. Maybe you have the time, you just don't want to utilize it, or maybe you have the freedom and stuff, but you're not utilizing it because of some other fear, or maybe you have, maybe you have a ton of money in the bank and you just don't want to spend anything because you're afraid that you're not gonna have any money for later on in life, or you just don't want to do anything. There's a million reasons, okay? But at the end of the day, look at yourself, okay? And say, when I wake up in the morning, what do I have to look forward to? Okay. And what have I missed out on, and what is it that I want to do? What do I want to do, and create that hope in your life? Because trust me, when you have hope in your life and you have a strong sense of direction, and you really are feeling like you're going to do something that is going to be fantastic and very inspiring. It could be a spiritually inspiring, physically inspiring, whatever it is in life, okay? If you feel very strongly about something and you have a lot of hope in your life, you're a very, very happy person, okay? You're going to create a lot of happiness in your life. And in the end, I don't know one person on this planet that doesn't want to be happy, because that's the whole gist. Everybody's searching for. People go to work to make a ton of money because they're trying to buy a ton of things that they feel is going to make them happy. So they'll put all these times in at work in order to do something, to buy something that's going to make them happy. And it could just be a simple life of, I'm going and putting in all these hours because I don't want to have any debt. And maybe the adventure and the hope is that you're going to get out of debt. I mean, think about it. If you have a ton of debt and you are working a plan to get out of debt, that creates a lot of hope, because you're like going to work going, I have a specific goal and a specific plan, and in the end I'm going to have no debt, and I'm going to have this simple life, and I'm going to be free of the shackles of debt that have imprisoned me for all these years. That could be the hope that you need in your life, and there's going to be setbacks and everything, but in the end, what is it? Ask yourself, what is it that I need in my life in order to create that hope so that I can have more happiness in my life? All right. Anyways, you guys have a good day. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. And I appreciate it. I appreciate the comments that people leave. They bring more hope into my life, because I feel like I'm bringing more hope into other people's lives. And in the end, that's what it's all about. That's what these videos are about. It's about community and being able to share experiences with each other, and hoping that that we can help each other reach happiness each and every day in each other's lives. Okay, guys, have a good day.